Tenaciously Resolute podcast. My mic is unmuted. Wow, look at that. Oh, well, I guess. Okay. Hi, good night, everyone. I don't know how many of you all are on, but good night. We're just stepping by to do some live testing and some chit chat. Um, it is my aim in general at the Tenaciously Resolute podcast to always keep improving. And we noticed that our audio was giving some trouble for the last few podcasts. So I thought that we should try to fix it. So in your upcoming episodes, it would be much easier to view the podcast live on Facebook. I think we're simultaneously streaming live on Instagram, live on the both Facebook pages, Carice Nelson and Tenaciously Resolute, as well as the YouTube. So if you all are hearing clearly, give me some feedback in the comments so that I know that you all are getting the live as it is intended with no vocal problems, because we really are trying to have this running as smooth as possible going forward. Yeah? So chit chats and life updates. So it's really, really good to be back on the podcast. It's really nice that people are still interested, very much interested in the podcast. I must say thank you to all of you that would have stopped by sometimes in the supermarket, on the road, asking, when the podcast coming back, we're going on with the episodes, we're looking forward to our show. That was really, really encouraging. And now that things have settled out and life is not lifing so much as before, we're able to bring it back. And we're hoping that we can provide you all with different platforms to stream the podcast on. So very soon you should be able to see it on TikTok as well, and whatever platforms that you all are comfortable with. Yeah? So that's what we're intending to do. And ideally, all of this is being done to ensure that, we still have a lot of positive content coming through the airwaves and coming through our production, because we have a lot of negativity in this space. And how much of that we could actually do. So we need to start discussing things that truly matter. Discussing topics that are interesting and relevant to our social space. Within the last 2 episodes, we would have had Miss Kiefer Devine, and we would have had Miss Abini Taylor. And I think both of the conversations were really interesting in that it revealed some details that we wouldn't have normally known if we didn't have that conversation. Having a conversation about bereavement is not something that people typically would want to have. Why are we talking about dead people? But the truth is, in life there is death. That's the conclusion, and we will all face it. And it's nice to know what's the process to do something like that. What is the expectation walking into something like that, because it's not a matter of if you're going to have to deal with it at some point in time. It's a matter of when you're going to have to deal with it. And then on the outset of that, speaking with Abini, it was so interesting to learn about how do you manage scheduling simultaneously, having multiple businesses running at the same time and all of them being high functioning. That really takes some skill and dedication. That really takes a lot of intellect, physical power, mental power, and you really have to get in the mind's eye of another person to see, what their journey is about, how are they able to navigate challenges, and, how do they deal with the hardships that come with life and business, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we all are attempting to navigate in a way that is sensible, navigate in a way that you're able to function better going forward and not be stuck. So in the last 2 episodes, I think that there was a lot of information that was relevant, and in that, I'm hoping that we grow as a community. So ideally, we are just here to do the testing, but in all of that, we will be having some conversations, just to fill the time. There are some reflective things that I have been doing over the last couple of months, because I have been missing for a while, and I've been taking some time out to do self-care, time out to, sit with myself about prospective plans and what I want to do in life, learning to relax, learning not to quarrel as much, learning to figure things out by plotting it out. And that type of introspection has allowed me to grow, I just celebrated a birthday, and to be honest, I have not been able to respond to every message, but guys, thank you so much for all the well wishes. It was much appreciated. I am really taken up with, the outpouring of love and celebration on all ends. I mean, thank you for everyone that celebrated me. It was much appreciated. I have to always be grateful for, the people in my life and those of you that are in my corner, and, those of you that support me and place my names into doors that I haven't yet walked through. And I just wanted to say, thank you. Thank you so much for everything, as a matter of fact. It's quite refreshing to know that there are people that, journey with you through life, and they are able to assist you as you continue to build and put building blocks one in front of the other. So ideally, I intend in the upcoming year to diversify the podcast some more. I do have some plans, business-oriented plans, so that you business owners that have been interested in reaching out pertaining to the podcast could come on, showcase your business, have a social media footprint, all of it with the intentions of development and growth. And I intend to not just feature people on the podcast to just talk about business, but we have some serious topics that we need to cover. We still need to talk about the topics that plague our community, crime, violence, drug use, and how comfortable we have become with it. Things of that nature. Sometimes we get a little spicy on the Tenaciously Resolute podcast, and all of that is involved in producing the show. I don't intend to deviate from it much, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about real issues, and there's no holding back when you get on. But at the end of the day, it's my ultimate goal to ensure that my guests are comfortable, and the conversations that we have, that it's not just targeted and, just like complete line of fire questioning, but is more so relaxed, and that everyone is able to come and see, their truth, and be able to stand in it and, navigate through the conversation in a way that could enrich the lives of others. So, guys, it has been a pleasure journeying with you thus far, and it seems like everything is going fine as pertaining to this testing. I think that we'll all go ahead for Friday. So as of Friday, we'll be having on the podcast, Miss Aisha McKnight, and she'll be discussing her new book. It's a book centered around prayers, and we know that each and every one of us would definitely want to do some work in that department, or at least if you're not too certain about where to start, that might be a good place, because it's not only directed, but there will be some journaling and some introspection if it is that you all do buy that book, So we'll be having her on Friday, and our flyers will be up soon, so you all will be able to see who's coming next, so you can plan how you plan to see the podcast, whether you're going to see it on YouTube for a rerun, or if you're going to venture to the pages to catch the live after it has been posted. The intention, as I said initially, is to ensure that you could get it wherever you would like the podcast. So with that, I just want to say once again, thank you. And it is a pleasure to be back here. And I do wish you all a pleasant good night. See you on Friday. Good night.